truly doing behind the scenes? Beyond the flashy headlines and maybe the futuristic concepts. What about its deeper impact on our everyday lives, from the items we purchase maybe to the very essence of creativity or even, well, justice? That's exactly the mission for this deep dive. We've sifted through a stack of sources, articles, and research kind of fueled by your own curiosity, really, to pull back the curtain on AI's surprising and often overlooked applications. Our goal isn't to get bogged down in all the technical jargon, but really to deliver those compelling insights and fascinating facts that give you a real shortcut to being truly well-informed about AI's practical footprint in our world.
Indeed. And we'll explore AI across a really wide spectrum, from the incredibly practical ways it, say, streamlines your morning routine or manages vast factories, to its profound influence on customer service, marketing, and even artistic creation. And along the way, we'll uncover some of the critical questions it raises for our society and, well, our future. Get ready for a few aha moments, because the reach of AI is, I think, far more extensive than many people realize.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When most of us think about AI, we often conjure images of robots, don't we? But you're saying it's already deeply woven into the fabric of our daily convenience. So what are some of the most tangible ways AI is quietly changing our lives right now, like right in our homes?
Well, what's truly fascinating here isn't just convenience, though that's part of it. It's more about the systemic reallocation of human cognitive load. AI is meticulously designed to make things smoother, faster, more efficient. It's effectively handling mundane, predictive tasks to free up our mental bandwidth. Think about your smart home, for instance. AI can personalize your lighting, your music preferences the moment you walk in. It can automatically know when to start your coffee machine, or even monitor your fridge's inventory to enable, well, autonomous shopping. It's making the invisible assistant kind of the new normal.
That's a remarkable shift in how we manage our homes, definitely. But with that level of automated monitoring, even if it's for helpful purposes, it seems there's a delicate line to walk regarding privacy, doesn't it? What are the sort of early red flags we're seeing there, especially as AI extends to supporting, say, vulnerable populations?
You've really hit on a crucial point there. Companies like IBM, for example, are partnering with organizations like Malteser International. They're equipping over 150 homes with IoT sensors, essentially tiny devices collecting data and cognitive computing. Now, these systems are designed to learn and reason a bit like the human brain. They detect irregularities, maybe a faucet running too long, intensive smoke.
Or like an open door during sleep, things like that.
Exactly. Or even unusual behavior patterns like that, or maybe too many nighttime toilet visits. And they can alert relatives or emergency services. So this offers a really vital layer of safety. However, you're right, this isn't just a balancing act. It's more like a fundamental societal renegotiation. As AI becomes increasingly proactive, maybe even predictive, the line between helpful assistance and, well, intrusive surveillance can definitely blur. We've already seen instances where smart home devices were potentially misused in domestic abuse cases. So while it's incredibly beneficial, the technology's capability to monitor can also be its vulnerability. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to constantly consider the broader implications. So moving beyond the home then, AI is dramatically transforming how we shop and how we interact with companies. I've often heard about Amazon's recommendation engine being a huge sales driver for them. Just how significant is that influence?
Oh, absolutely enormous. Amazon's incredibly complex recommendation algorithms are responsible for a staggering 36% of their sales. 36%. And this goes far beyond just showing you what others bought. It's really about crafting individualized recommendations based on your unique profile, your browsing history, even subtle behavioral cues. And it extends to physical retail, too. Think about those Amazon Go stores. You can literally walk in, pick up items, and walk out without a traditional checkout. That's all thanks to advanced image recognition and sensors tracking exactly what you take. It's quite something.
Wow. So with all this automation happening, what does it mean for customer service? Are we talking to robots more often these days? And what are the implications for trust?
Conversational AI is indeed a massive trend. We encounter it everywhere, right? From chatbots on websites to digital assistants like Alexa and Google Assistant. However, there's a delicate balance to strike, particularly when it comes to trust. Remember Microsoft's chatbot, Tay? back in
No,
2016.
I remember that. It went off the rails pretty quickly, didn't it?
Exactly. It had to be shut down after just one day because it started spreading hate messages. Now, this wasn't because of malicious intent programmed in, but because it learned too freely from unfiltered online interactions. It really highlights the profound challenge of defining and programming good or bad values into these systems. Who gets to decide that? And public skepticism is still quite prevalent. A survey showed that 60% of Germans would by no means, or rather not, communicate with a chatbot. That shows we still have quite a way to go in building widespread public trust.
That's a really stark reminder, isn't it? That while the technology advances at warp speed, human trust is built much more slowly. One good interaction at a time, and it can be shattered in an instant. I remember trying to get help from a customer service chatbot once, and it honestly felt like talking to a brick wall. How far have we really come since then? And what's still holding back broader acceptance, like that German survey suggests?
Well, it's a continuous evolution. While many chatbots are still, let's say, quite rigid, the underlying AI models are becoming far more sophisticated. They're getting better at understanding context and nuance. The challenge often lies in the quality of the training data and just the sheer complexity of human language and intent. It's not just about the words we say, but what we mean, right? And that's where we still see a gap between AI's capabilities and human expectations. And that's why trust remains elusive for many people.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for me. AI isn't just about consumer convenience. It's actively revolutionizing entire industries. Let's talk manufacturing for a moment. What kind of changes are we actually seeing in factories?
Right, smart manufacturing. It's poised for massive growth. The global market is expected to more than triple in the next 6 years alone. We're talking about self-organizing factories where the products themselves actually tell machines what production steps they need next, rather than just being passively pushed along a line. Take Siemens Amberg Electronics plant in Germany, for example. It achieves 75% automation and an incredible 99.99885% quality rate. Just phenomenal. Products there essentially control their own production process. And this level of automation is also leading to something called reshoring.
Reshoring. You mean bringing manufacturing back?
Exactly. Production moves back to high-wage countries because AI makes it cost-effective again. Like Adidas producing individualized shoes in Germany using 3D printers. The efficiency gains are just transformative.
The efficiency gains in smart manufacturing sound truly impressive. But a future with such high automation, it also raises questions about robustness, doesn't it? I mean, what happens when these interconnected systems encounter a glitch? And speaking of things getting from A to B, how is AI specifically transforming the movement of goods and people, logistics and mobility?
Yeah, you're right. Robustness is a key design challenge. And actually, AI is also being deployed to predict and prevent those glitches, enabling sort of self-healing systems in some cases. In mobility and logistics, AI has the potential to significantly reduce traffic congestion and accidents, which are, let's face it, largely caused by human error through the widespread adoption of autonomous vehicles. But beyond self-driving cars for personal use, we're seeing driverless transport vehicles in logistics operations, moving goods within factories and between facilities. It's already happening. Companies like DoorDash are even testing robots for short-distance food delivery. And it's not just ground transport.
Do you mean like drones?
Exactly. Even airspace is becoming a logistics pathway. We're seeing drones delivering packages like Deutsche Post's initial tests showed. It gives a glimpse of a truly interconnected delivery ecosystem.
Self-driving delivery robots, package-carrying drones. Wow. It really does feel like sci-fi becoming reality. But, okay, beyond convenience and logistics, where does this technology intersect with the areas that impact us more profoundly, like our health and our safety? How is AI already playing a role in healthcare and security, and what are the sort of inherent tensions there?
Well, in healthcare, AI is already improving quality of life quite significantly. It enables things like remote diagnosis via mobile devices. It can compare recorded information with vast databases to offer nutritional and exercise recommendations, or even flag potential illnesses much earlier. AI tools analyze patient histories and a whole range of environmental factors to identify health risks and recommend prevention programs. There's even an Amazon project, Amazon 1492, specifically focused on healthcare innovation. And in education, too. We're seeing intelligent tutoring systems, like the Carnegie Cognitive Tutor for Mathematics being used in U.S. high schools. These systems personalize learning paths and give students immediate feedback, which studies show can lead to better outcomes than what's typically possible in large class settings.
It's a really powerful application helping us learn better and potentially live healthier lives.
Yeah.
Okay, and in security, how is AI being used to keep us safe? Or perhaps does it raise concerns there too?
Face recognition plays a central role in security applications. AI is used to prevent and solve crimes. For instance, it has reportedly helped significantly reduce the crime rate in Shanghai through extensive video surveillance in public spaces. However, and this is a big however, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really illustrates how powerful AI can be as a tool for societal control. China, for example, is implementing a massive social scoring system. It monitors and evaluates its citizens, giving them points for what's deemed good behavior and deducting points for bad. And this has direct impacts on their access to jobs, travel, even loans. This system determines social credit based purely on behavior, which is an incredibly powerful mechanism for, well, ensuring conformity.
Wow. That truly highlights the ethical tightrope we're walking with these technologies. It's so clear AI is a double-edged sword, profoundly impacting our safety and freedoms. But let's maybe shift gears to something entirely different. Creativity itself. We've heard about AI generating art or music. How profound is the impact there? Is it really creating?
It's fascinating, isn't it? I'd say the truly original spark, that unique human flash of insight that still remains uniquely human. For now, at least. But AI is becoming an incredibly powerful tool in creative industries. No doubt about that. From generating initial design concepts for architects, maybe composing film scores by analyzing vast musical databases, even assisting in writing routine news articles or marketing copy. AI excels at pattern recognition and rapid iteration. It can analyze millions of existing works and recombine elements in novel ways. It significantly accelerates the creative process. So it acts more like a sophisticated assistant, or perhaps a muse, rather than a true originator.
A sophisticated assistant. I like that framing. So what does all of this mean for us then, as individuals and for society as a whole? The rapid advancements in AI undoubtedly bring significant societal questions, and this inevitably brings us to the future of work. The common fear is often mass job displacement. Is that the whole story, or is the reality of AI's impact on the labor market maybe more nuanced than just a simple AI takes jobs narrative?
Oh, it's definitely more nuanced. Forecasts vary, naturally, but studies generally suggest a polarization of the labor market. Jobs involving highly repetitive activities and requiring low digital skills may indeed decline. That seems likely. But demand for non-recurring tasks and high digital skills will significantly increase. Interestingly, though, there could also be an increasing demand for some low-skilled roles to perform tasks like cleaning or serving. As the saying goes, somebody has to clean the apartment of the digital staff, right?
I suppose so.
So this suggests a potential loss of those medium-qualified jobs, the ones in the middle, and an intensified war for talent in high-skilled AI roles. It's not simply jobs disappearing, but a significant restructuring of the types of jobs available.
So it's not simply AI takes jobs, but a far more complex restructuring.
Okay. I suppose someone does still need to make the coffee for the AI engineers, right? But more seriously, how do we ensure AI benefits everyone, not just a select few? Especially when it comes to accountability. For instance, when we look at issues like algorithmic cartels, where AI systems might unintentionally collude on pricing, who is legally responsible then? The programmer, the company, the AI itself. It's a completely new legal frontier.
Exactly. And these are incredibly complex legal and ethical quandaries that our existing frameworks are, frankly, struggling to address. And it's not just about intentional actions or collusion. We also have the classic garbage in, garbage out, or GI get effect. This is where bias training data leads to discriminatory outcomes. A really shocking example was Facebook ads showing STEM jobs less frequently to women.
Really? Not because of direct discrimination programmed in, but because women were a sought-after target group for advertisers and thus more expensive to show certain ads to. The algorithm, optimizing purely for cost, ended up showing those job ads less to women. It highlights why transparency of data and algorithms is so crucial to mitigate these unintended biases and, hopefully, ensure fairness.
That's deeply concerning. So how do we, as a society, navigate this future effectively? How do we build trust and ensure beneficial outcomes across the board?
Well, trust in AI results tends to grow over time with positive experiences. But it's crucial for politics and business to actively foster a culture of transparency and trust from the outset. A binding legal framework for security and data protection is definitely needed. But there's a real challenge there, balancing robust data protection, like the GDPR in Europe, with the need for high-quality training data that AI algorithms require to function optimally. They need vast amounts of data. Getting that balance right is key to responsible development. Organizations like the Leverhulme Center for the Future of Intelligence, for instance, have this core mission, ensuring humans make the best of AI's immense opportunities. The idea is to bring together the best of human intelligence to make the most of machine intelligence. It's a collaborative vision.
Okay, so collaboration, transparency, finding that balance. But ultimately, where do humans fit in this increasingly AI-driven world? What makes us unique when machines can process information so much faster and seemingly learn so much?
Look, our intelligence has evolved over millions of years. It's not mathematically precise like a computer's, a high degree of chance, intuition, emotion. It determines our thinking. You could argue we are free precisely because there is no single universal algorithm that our thinking follows. We're unpredictable, adaptable in ways AI isn't. And while AI can support and accelerate creative processes, as we discussed earlier, it's not truly creative on its own. It remixes, it optimizes based on existing patterns. The ultimate creator act, the ability to tell genuinely new and compelling stories, to innovate without precedent, to forge truly original concepts from, well, seemingly nothing that remains uniquely human. And I think this fundamental distinction is what defines our irreplaceable place in this evolving landscape.
We've taken quite a deep dive today into the practical applications of AI, from predicting your coffee needs to streamlining global supply chains, crafting individualized experiences, even generating creative content, and assisting in security and healthcare. It's really clear AI is not some distant future concept, is it? It's a very present, very powerful force shaping our world right now.
Absolutely. And as we embrace its immense capabilities, we really must continuously ask ourselves this. If AI is designed primarily to mimic and optimize, what aspects of human intelligence and decision-making, the messy, the unpredictable, sometimes even the irrational parts, what aspects should we fiercely protect and cultivate, precisely because they cannot be replicated by an algorithm?
And crucially, how do we ensure that in empowering machines, we truly elevate humanity?